Hi everyone. It's been a while since I've vlogged, but I think like most teachers with a YouTube channel, we're all starting to wonder whether or not this is all about to boot up in a real way. Of course, I'm talking to you in the time of the virus and a lot of schooling moving into our homes. And as the schooling is moving into our homes, I'm watching everybody scramble to try and find resources that they can use either online or printed out or some way with whatever devices or technology they've got at home, as well as with their skills, talents, resources, capabilities, and there's a lot in play. Like most of you, I'm in my home pretty much all day at the moment with just my, for me, I've got a small family and living up in Queensland, the rest of my family are down in Sydney. So a little bit isolated upon isolated here, but not the proper isolated, not sick here yet, which is good. I guess today I just wanted to log on briefly to have something on my channel in case things keep going and I need to keep having somewhere to talk about things. Really, with all of this, there are three big groups that I'm thinking about constantly. The three groups I'm thinking about are teachers and parents and students. I just want to ask maybe a question about each one of those groups and leave this vlog for today. If you're out there and you're a teacher or you work with teachers in any capacity, you, like me, might be wondering, can teachers do this? Can teachers translate all of the work that they do in a school, usually in very physical and material ways, into the online world for students to work with at home? Can they do it? How quickly can they do it? How much will get done? How good will it be? All of these questions are coming up for all of us. But the big question, of course, is for teachers, what's their well-being going to be like through this process? Because it is a time of huge change and we've known it's been coming for a while, but we didn't know it was going to really come so hard and so fast over something like this. I've worked in online teaching for a while now, very much advocating for a blended style of pedagogy where you do a little bit of physical stuff and a little bit of online stuff, blending them together. Blending asynchronous with synchronous, so doing stuff together at the same time with doing stuff at different times. But advocating for it is one thing. Actually making it happen in a classroom is a different thing, and I know how hard it is. The times where I've had any success is where I've been able to tinker or play with just one class at a time or one semester at a time, while I do kind of like a really lovely action research or practitioner inquiry cycle to figure out what works and what doesn't work. So I think really, if you're a teacher who's trying to replicate everything they usually do just online, or who's being told that you have to do it that way or else, things like trying to commit to a 9 to 3 timetable, things like trying to deliver the same assessment tasks, things like trying to cover the same amount of content, the quicker you can realize that those are unachievable goals and let the other people in your network know that they are unrealistic things to work towards, the quicker people can scale those things back and start to look after their own health, because otherwise you're going to end up working 24/7 to produce materials that students are not necessarily even watching, because it's not just about the materials, it's about the pedagogy, and you're trying to master both at the same time. Group number 2 that I'm thinking about a lot are parents. I am a parent as well as a teacher. I have a 5-year-old home from school at the moment, and so I'm getting in my inbox the school and the Department of Education expectations about what I should be doing with her at home. My school has been beautiful, absolutely lovely. They've sent through recommendations, resources, things that we could use. There's been no heavy-handed message in my school about what you must do or the timetables you must keep. But listening to other people in my parent networks, I know that that is what's happening for a lot of people. And again, parents, the quicker you can draw a line and say no to things that aren't working for you in your home, the quicker we can collectively work out what to do instead. I mean, it's not just about the situation, right? There are things happening right now with this situation where people are being laid off from work, stood down from work, having all of a sudden childcare responsibilities that make it impossible to work from home, or being on their own because their kids are in the other household if you're in a separated family. So there's lots of complications with the situation. But even if the situation was great under the best possible circumstances, if we had sent all of these kids home to be schooled by their parents, how many parents out there actually have enough knowledge and expertise across all of the key learning areas to cover the kind of education moments that we want to happen for our young people? How many families are blessed to have people under the roof right now with expertise across the arts and literature and maths and science and PE and design and technology? That's a pretty unicorn household there, where everyone's not only experiencing not too much trauma, but they've got the knowledge and the resources to be able to keep schooling going. I don't think that's most houses. I think most houses at the moment are really struggling. So parents, I'm thinking of you, and I've got lots of questions about this. I put up a lot of the questions that I have on Twitter as well. Things are moving so fast that I'm not really getting a chance to blog because it's, day-to-day movements. But the third group that I'm thinking of are students. And this is a group, I've got to say, I haven't heard many people thinking about. And I don't mean thinking about, like, of course, through this we're nothing but thinking about the students, right? How to educate them at home, how they can log on, how they can get to their school resources, what happens if they get sick, are they seeing their friends, are they sad? We're thinking about them all the time. I guess a better thing to put out there is, as much as we're thinking about them, I don't know if we're talking to them very much. I don't know if we're asking them how they're coping with homeschooling. Teachers have certainly weighed in to talk about how they think things are unfolding for them. I've got a feeling parents are about to start to really weigh in with what this experience means for them. What channels do we have out there in Australia for listening to our young people? Imagine if all the parents and the teachers got together with a really Mickey Mouse idea for how to move education forward in the home. Has anybody checked with the students yet if that's going to be okay with them, how they're feeling, how much they think they can learn at the moment, how much they can take on at the moment? So yes, more questions than answers in this vlog, but hopefully at least it's the same questions that a lot of you are asking as well, and you can think it's not just you. And a bit of a call to arms now at the end to say we've just got to be kind to each other through this. Teachers and parents have to be kind to each other through this. And I really do think we have to start listening to student voices in the mix as well as we make our plans for how to move forward. Because trying to get everyone to sit down around the dining room table at home and do school with mummy and daddy from 9 until 3 just isn't what this looks like in most homes, and it's not going to be what works. So while we try and find a way forward, let's do it together and let's be kind.